So today we're going to make wax foundation with a manual roller, and we've got some beeswax that we're melting. We're going to make these sheets. This is a bit of a process, and it's taken us a little while to work out the proper method. We've done a few sheets now, and we're getting about 15 sheets to the kilo of wax, which is pretty good. It's a good idea to make your own foundation. Wax foundation is becoming quite expensive, so it's a good way of cutting the cost of replacing the foundation in your hives. Also, you know that it's proper beeswax that's being used in your hive. Low risk of diseases being introduced into your hive if you're using your own wax. We discovered that it was easier to do it with 2 or 3 people in the process. I think once you got a little bit better at it, you could probably do it by yourself, but it is definitely easier if you have some help. So some of the equipment we have is a bain-marie with a thermostat controlled element in it, and between 70 and 80 degrees is a good temperature to melt the wax. We've got a hot water bath here, which is just hand hot. It's not too hot, so that's where we can wash the paddle in, and the wax comes away from the wooden paddle. The wooden paddle is made from hardwood, and it's been soaking. We've had it soaking in the water for a couple of hours. And of course you need your own beeswax. So this is some wax that we've processed, filtered it, and made it into a block. So we know it comes from our hives, and it is genuine 100% good quality beeswax. So we have a bain-marie here set up with some water in the bottom of it, and then we melt the wax in the top. We're putting it at about 80 degrees on the temperature gauge here. You don't want it to boil, so it just needs to kind of be off the boil. And it does make a difference. If it's too hot, you get the sheets are too thin, and if it's too cold, they become very thick. So it is a little bit of adjusting until you get the right temperature. Once the wax is melted, we've got a water bowl with some soap and suds in it just to use on the roller, and this is our embossing roller. It's really, really heavy, purpose built for making the foundation comb. It's got the pattern here. We've set up a bit of a guide just to help roll the wax sheets through, but you do need to use the suds on the roller as you're going through. We've discovered it helps the wax sheets to come off better there. We would need to clamp it. It needs to be clamped or some way to attach it to the table, because it does slip a little bit. We've got a cutting mats here, which we used to lay the foundation sheets on, and a board here which is the right size, so that we're cutting the foundation sheets to the right size. So the wooden paddle is made from hardwood, and we soak it in some water for a couple of hours, and then it's used wet just by placing it in the water, just removing a bit of the excess water there, and then taking it to the wax bath using a sort of a rolling action, and once, and then rolling it back again twice. Let the excess wax drip off. Back into the water bath. There we go. And we can just make sure the edge pieces have come away. Okay, we're just putting some soap on the roller just to stop the wax from sticking to it. So the suds are really good. And then we get the wax sheet in position and start rolling. And we just need to grab the other end. Good. There we go. There's another sheet done. So we're going to cut them into the right size now. The template goes on, and using the knife or even a pizza cutter would be a great idea. And you can cut it like so. Didn't quite cut that one through properly. One sheet. So that's all for our video today. We are going to do some more workshops on making the foundation, and we encourage our members to come along to the club and have a go. You can bring your own wax and make some foundation to take home.